How long does that last?
Until dispelled.
Okay.
And the bard has the last laugh.
No! Well, we stand here in a row, looking like a bunch of heroes. I know that deep inside, nothing more but a bunch of zeros. Ah!
Welcome to Bards and Nobles, the podcast where we play Dungeons and Dragons in a garage, get drunk, have some fun. I'm Brian, the Dungeon Master, and I've got a full house today with me.
Trey O'Neill playing Captain Kraken.
Hey, this is Anthony Boyd. I'll be playing Akua Goldmane, the human fighter.
Charles Nelson playing Kefrit.
Andrew Danon playing Theron Naylor, the Wood Elf Rogue.
Aaron Williams playing James McMahon, Count of Chesterville.
And Blake Harrison playing Steve Dragonman, the Dragonborn Cleric.
And I just want to let you guys know that episode 12 is brought to you by Audible. You can go to our link, audibletrial.com/bards, and you can sign up for a 1-month free trial. It comes with a free credit. And a lot of people have been mentioning Ready Player One to me, and I recently picked that up with my free credit. I suggest you do the same. I've heard it's really good. Anyway, let's get this started, because this is the first game of the year, guys.
First game of the year, 2017.
Swang of the year.
Anybody
Yes,
want to
first
recap
wang
what we
of
did
the
last year?
I got that.
Okay. Good.
In our last recap, we went to talk to Lord Mayor James about his delivery. He came, he showed up, he checked out the cargo, he showed a large series of emotions ranging from just angry to upset. He questioned the crew if they've been involved in this, mainly Kraken. We denied any wrongdoing in this. We were just delivering a message and this to him. After that, he's like, you guys are gonna have to meet me tomorrow. We need to discuss this. So afterwards, with our business done until tomorrow morning, Kraken took his crew out. We had a good time partying. Akua got in a wrestling match at the bar.
He spent much guild gold.
He spent so much gold.
You don't know about that yet.
I don't know about that yet.
But after much partying and revelry, we came back to the ship, hung out, and then everyone was going to go and crash down. And then all of a sudden, Captain Kraken was attacked by 2 Kenku assassins, these crow-type people who are a member of the murder that are out to kill the bastards.
Yeah, the murder being the group of assassins who have been paid to take the Iron Bastards out.
Been paid to
so
die
yeah,
at
we
the
can
hands of the Iron Bastards.
But after dispatching of the assassins, we went back to sleep, got a short rest, woke up the next morning. There was a messenger that said, Mayor Lord James doesn't want to meet with you today. He says he's sorry. You can meet with him later. And we're like, that seems a little fishy. But then we used Talk to Dead, Talk to the Crow, got a little bit more information out of him. And then we set out about our day, and that's where we're at currently.
Maybe we could have killed the messenger and then used Talk to Dead on him.
We probably don't need to just be murdering people.
He's gone now.
Hindsight is 2020, man.
That's a strategy.
All right, so yeah, it's morning time. You guys are in bright, sunny New Pite. Waves are crashing. People are out and about, tending to their boats. The dock is pretty busy. It's a pretty busy port. It's partly cloudy, seagulls flying around, and yeah, you guys have rested from the night attack and adventure. So, what do you guys want to do?
We're going to talk to James.
Can I pause the party real quick? Captain.
Yeah.
I haven't been with you guys long. I like hanging out with you guys. Like, it's been a fun adventure, and I really want to join you guys. But if I'm going to fight with you, I need to know what in the hell is happening. I mean, you almost got assassinated last night.
Uh-huh.
There's been corpses and barrels delivered to my childhood hero.
I saw.
What
We were there.
is going on with your crew?
I think we're pretty cool. I mean,
you know, sometimes when you do business with certain people, you get hits put out on you, and they send crows to murder you.
So those were like legitimate assassins sent to kill you.
There were just 2 crows, so it was just attempted murder.
Damn it. I would like to kill Quick.
Akua jumps off the boat and drowns himself.
You say it, you do it.
Auto crit, instant death. All right.
Moving along. Rolling my new character. No, well,
Roll initiative against that ocean.
Against Kraken.
if it's fine with you, I would still like to be a part of your crew, and if you'll have me, I would love to join you. But you got to be more upfront with us. Just in general, I don't know who knew about the barrels full of corpses that was being delivered and stuff like that. But that's a lot of really sketchy stuff going on.
Where are you guys having this conversation at? Are you two
We're on the top
on
deck.
deck?
Yeah. Top
Okay, and where's everybody else at?
Hanging out on the top deck.
I'm gazing out at the ocean.
Okay.
Okay.
Everyone's kind of pretty much within earshot of where they're at.
Weird shot.
But I mean, if you're willing to have me, I mean, I would love to help out. But while you guys go talk to Lord Mayor James, I gotta go do some training. I severely overestimated myself in a fight, and I nearly died and didn't help you guys as much as I wanted to. So if you'll let me take some leave, I'm gonna go train some, and I'll come back before you guys leave. It won't take more than a day.
All right, that's fine. You're not going to try to kiss me, are you?
Where did that go?
You're just talking a lot.
You just look into his eyes. You cup his face.
That never crossed my mind.
All right, just making sure. Yeah, you're welcome to join us. As long as you're not a crow.
I'm not. You thoroughly slapped my face. Remember?
Oh, right. Yeah. So yeah. Well, we have a meeting to get to. You have your thing to do. So I call for the rest. I call for the rest of the crew.
Okay. Kraken calls out to you guys on the top deck, just getting your attention.
Okay.
And as you guys gather around him, you see a large albatross just kind of flap its way onto the deck. And the albatross kind of takes its place among all of you. And you look over and you see the albatross kind of twitch for a second. And then poof, in a puff of feathers, turn into the one and only Ralph the Druid.
What up, bitches?
Played by Jonathan. You introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm Jonathan.
He's a man of many words.
Few
All right,
words
so-
and many fireballs.
So yeah, you guys see your friend who you haven't seen since before you left from Luskin. So it's been
been a
over a week
The
or
last
two.
time we saw him was in the cave when we were fighting against
The Dragon Legion.
the Dragon Legion.
Oh wow, that was a while ago. So yeah, it's been a couple weeks, almost a month.
That's true.
We
We woke up
remember.
and you were gone.
So Kraken, yeah, you see all the crew gathers. Akua, did you leave? Or-
I guess I mean I was walking off.
Yeah,
and I
as-
see this
as you
bird
turn-
just pop up.
as
I'm
you
like,
turn to walk
the fuck
away."
is that?
that would be Ralph.
What's a Ralph?
I go run
That's
and
a
tackle Ralph.
All right, do you stop him or anything?
I just tackle him to the ground.
All right, I just take it.
Yeah, you do.
That's the Ralph I know.
I grab him by the face and say, "Where have you been?"
I've been looking over y'all, just checking out, checking the sights,
Were you a cloud at one point?
I've been trying to figure that one out, but I haven't got that one figured out yet.
All right, fair enough. I stand up and then I help him to his feet and I dust him off.
Ralph doesn't even know what he was. he's a special druid.
He's one of those kind of druids.
What do you
all them
identify
herbs.
as?
You can't ask him that.
So I assume you're no longer like, straddling him.
Yeah, he picked him up.
Okay, got it.
He is fully mounted him at this point. I placed Beautiful little flower in his ear.
In my ear?
He is one of those druids.
Why is there so much gayness around me? Kraken?
Why? Why is everyone trying to do this to me today?
You're just so angry.
I see this. I start walking to the Temple of Cord. I was like, they obviously know this guy. Introductions will be done later. I'm out.
Okay.
I asked
James,
who the pissy dude is.
That's
Anybody?
Akua. He came aboard a couple fortnights ago. We picked him up off the Swan Song from what was essentially a party boat.
Can he be trusted?
He's pretty good in a fight. We
he's
haven't had
proven
any
he's
reason-
proven himself
Yeah.
thus far, and after saying that, James runs up and hugs Ralph.
So he runs over and just embraces you, gives you a hug.
And I dust the feathers off of him.
Okay.
It gets a little too gay for Steve, so he goes after Akua.
Good to see you, man. Wow, I wasn't
Say Steve
expecting
went
to
after
see
me?
you today.
Yeah.
What? So you've been just following us, or have you been doing anything else?
You know, I got a little distracted for a little bit. And, and then I found you guys.
That's par for
Got
the
it.
course.
Got it.
That
That's,
seems like all the explanation we need.
that's just vague enough to work.
Our druid's got ADD.
I go over to Ralph and I take him on the shoulders and I say, Krognak didn't make it.
What?
Yeah, Krognak, he saved us. But you know how he is. You know, he,
Y'all tell me you let my buddy die?
I regale the tale of how Krognak bravely sacrificed himself to save us from the giant octopus that was destroying our ship.
James, you better use your stupid sword. Did you use
He
your stupid
didn't.
sword?
I was never in a moment. I was never in a moment of need. Everybody else. I bravely directed the crew to shovel out water and to plug up holes and prevent us from sinking.
He's plugging holes.
Kraken turns
also-
his back and he wipes his face and he says, we have a meeting to attend to, and he starts walking off the deck.
I also recovered the body.
That's true.
So
Okay, guys. Oh. Sorry, brother. Hate to hear that.
I've already walked away.
so you leave.
Yeah, no, I'm going to go talk to James. You guys, come on.
I'm going to ask Akua if it's all right if I accompany him to the temple.
Yeah, it'd be awesome to have you there with me.
All right, let's do this.
All right. So Steve, Dragonman, and Akua head towards
Temple of Cord.
the Temple of Cord. Did you want to say something?
Yeah. As y'all turn to walk away, James stays behind, and I tell Ralph that I'm glad that you came today because today is a significant day. I'm glad that I got to see you one last time.
He's going to propose
And-
to Kraken.
I tell Kraken,
Yeah, before you make it to the off ramp, he's doing this.
Captain, I've been thinking about it, and it's time for me to go home.
This is your home.
Chesterville is my home. That's where my family is, and I haven't seen them in 30 plus years. And I started this adventure just desperate for wanderlust and setting out on just wanting to fulfill the lives of the heroes that I had read about. And now that I've been traveling with you, after seeing Krognak's death, I realized how dangerous this truly is, and that I need to chronicle these adventures. I need to stop adventuring and begin telling the tale.
Gonna write a book.
Yes,
gonna
I
be on
fully
Audible?
intend to chronicle these adventures, and my family is also in need of me. I haven't seen them in 30 plus years. I don't know what state Chesterville is in now. I need to return home. I've been out here too long for this. I've had my adventure.
All right, well, I'm going to need at least 2 weeks from you.
To find a replacement.
While we look for a replacement, I extend my hand and I shake James's hand and I say, it's been an honor adventuring with you, and I understand I wish I had a family to return to. And I say,
I'll do him justice in the histories.
When we leave here, we can make a stop in Chesterville, and
absolutely, I would
assuming
love
that
to
is
see
a
you all
port town.
again. He extends it.
It's not. It's kind of inland, but
I've never stopped.
I'll help you get home however I can.
I shake his hand and then I give him a hug.
I just sort of like keep my arms by my side, and I'm like, all right, that's quite enough.
And Akua has already gone and Dragonman has already gone. I'll track them down and say my goodbyes to them later.
James a hug.
Yeah, I give Ralph a hug, and I'm so glad that I got to see him one last time.
James, can I ask one more thing of you?
Okay.
Can I have the bag of devouring?
The what?
The bag of devouring.
Give me time to say goodbye, man.
Hey, so you're quitting. Can I
Wait,
have
you're
your
just
stuff?
saying goodbye. He's like, hey, can I have your stuff? I died. He was like, here's his magic shit.
And
can anyone use this? All right, toss.
Yeah, toss his corpse off the water.
It was a burial at sea.
Air quotes.
So I go up to James and I extend my hand and I say it's been a pleasure adventuring with you, and I want you to take my masterwork dagger as a
Oh my gosh.
memory of us.
Thank you.
in our adventures together.
Thank
The
you.
dagger that Crognat gave you? Yeah. You bastard.
That means it meant a lot to him.
And it's also used to belong to Crognat.
Yeah.
That helps
thank
you writing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's got a hidden quill in the hilt.
Turns out it's not a dagger at all. It's a really fancy thing.
James goes around and says goodbye to Keith and to the crew, to the rat folk, to Theron and everybody. And after he is sufficiently said goodbye, he's like, I'll stay here and I will ready up my stuff and make my way home. You guys go ahead, go forward. I wish you the best.
So Kieferit walks up to James and I'm like, James, I'm not sure if you've really thought this through because I've been adventuring with you for a long time and I've noticed that you don't fight at all. And there's a hit out on us to murder us all. And if you go to your family, you could be putting yourself and them in danger because we won't be there to protect you.
That's
Dropping them truth bombs.
That's
He's
a
like
fair
Silent Bob.
assessment.
When he talks, it's real important.
That's a fair assessment, but I mean,
James is like, well, shit.
I've been thinking about this, and my convictions hold true. And if that's the fate that awaits me, that's the fate that awaits me. But I feel a strong need to return home to check on my family and make sure everything's. I'm sure we'll see each other again, and I'm not as helpless as you think.
You've definitely saved my life several times, and I appreciate
And that
it.
was only in one fight.
That's true. That's true. Absolutely.
Well, you can use that dagger I gave you since you don't want to bloody up your family heirlooms.
Absolutely. Yeah. No. So you guys go ahead. I'll stay behind and pack my stuff. And
I hand you a rolled up piece of paper, and I'm like, take this to remember us by. And if you unroll it, you'll see that it's the wanted poster with a crude drawing of all of us. So.
I cherish it deeply.
Nice.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's sweet.
So, all right. I've said my piece and everything.
While he's kind of walking away, and he's halfway within earshot, I say, I'm going to miss that guy.
Have some good
But he was always
berries.
short on the courage department. Never really trusted him too much anyways.
Wow. All right.
They're on the ship. Are you still on the ship, or were you leaving the ship?
I was going below deck to pack my stuff.
Okay, yeah, gotcha.
I call for C-Nubs.
Okay, you actually, as you turn to call, you see him walking towards you already.
As James is going below deck, I pull C-Nubs in close. I say, just keep an eye on him. I don't know what he's doing.
All right, he kind of gives you a questioning look, and you can see he's looking a lot healthier now. He still has a splint on his arm, but it's no longer in a sling.
Yeah.
And he's walking around, actually taking part in maintaining the ship and doing things. He says, "Okay, will do, Captain."
And I still want to talk about what happened to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, I know you guys were on your way out. I'm gonna take my pay from yesterday, and I'm gonna have to hire some new deckhands. Is that if that's okay with you, Captain?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And I pull out the bag of holding, and I give him an extra 100 gold.
Okay.
And I say, let's get a full crew. Let's get the ship running right. Any repairs that you need to get done to the ship, I'll cover them. We're good for it.
All right. Sure thing, Captain. And then he kind of gives you the sign off.
Captain and treasurer now.
Talking about a
You guys
conflict
need to
of
limit
interest.
his power. All right.
Consolidating power.
It's all that big government.
All right. So
Look at me. I'm Teddy Roosevelt.
So James has gone below deck at this point. C-Nubs has gone after. The crew is still going about their morning routine of maintaining the ship. The rest of you are doing what? I know Steve and Akua, you guys are almost to the Temple of Cord. What is everyone else?
If anyone else doesn't want to have an emotional breakthrough right now, I would like to continue on and go talk to James.
Breakthrough or breakdown?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, you guys
let's go talk to James.
You guys head into town towards the main fortress at the center of the port.
While we do that, I just pull my regular dagger back out of my pack and
Okay, yeah, just equip it at the ready.
yeah.
All right, at this point, both Steve and Akua, you guys have made it to the Temple of Cord. You make your way up the large front steps, push your way in through the oversized metal doors, and just you get that smell that the Iron Church always has. You look inside, and it's essentially more of a gymnasium than what you would a traditional church. And you see guys going about their morning routine. They're meditating, they're working out, they're just different ways of praising Cord and studying. So what do you guys?
I just take a deep breath, and it's like after being like just lost at sea for a little bit, like fighting a dragon, like all that. Like I just take in this familiar setting that I didn't think I would see for a very long time, and like I've ended up back here. I just take that in. I first want to go and find like wherever they delivered my armor to.
Okay.
My repaired armor, and then I just want to find my dad.
Okay. And Steve, you're just going with him?
Yeah, I'm just going with him.
Okay. You go towards what the closest thing would be to, I guess, an office area. And there's someone there. Or I'm sorry, there's no one there. But you do see your armor has been delivered in a letter just saying, here, always like working with the church. Here's your armor.
Yeah. Take that paper and I'll wad it up and just toss it in the trash and don my armor.
Okay. As you finish putting it on, you see your dad coming out of one of the back rooms. Says, "What are you doing back here?"
Like I take a deep breath and it's like, and I was like, I really need to talk to you, Dad. Like I need to have like a serious conversation with you, if you don't mind.
He looks over at Steve. He's like, "Do you know anything about this?"
No. I've also come here to talk to you, but it does not pertain to what he has to say to you.
Oh, all right. Mr. Dragman, you mind stepping outside?
Absolutely.
All right. So he closed the door behind you, looks at you. He said, "So, what do you want to say?"
First off, we fought a dragon. I was shipwrecked. I was marooned. I got teamed up with this group. They're an amazing group of adventurers. And I was in essentially my first real fight, and it almost killed me. I know me and you haven't always seen eye to eye because of my struggles of never hearing from Cord. Like, my magic isn't divine. It's all learned.
He just nods his head and he kind of looks down. He's not really looking at you.
And it's like, being in a real fight, I gained a lot of respect for you and who you are and what you do. Being a high paladin is not easy, and being battle hardened is not easy. I first want to say I'm sorry for being a jerk growing up sometimes.
And as soon as you say that, he looks up at you, and for the first time in this conversation, he makes eye contact, and he maintains it.
And I humbly ask for your help. I don't have any divine magic, and being in a real fight, all the magic I learned, I thought it just sounded cool and it would work. In a real fight, a lot of the spells that I've taught myself honestly have very little effect, especially against a overpowering beast like a dragon. And I plan on setting out, like, I'm going to complete this journey and I'm going to travel with these people, and I'm sure that we're going to run into more stuff. It's honestly been the most fun of my life, the most fun I've had. But it's also opened my eyes to a lot of truths. And the biggest truth is I'm very lacking and I need some help. And if there's anything you can do to help me train and develop some better combat magic, I would be greatly appreciative.
He takes a deep breath and a sighs out, and he says, for you to come here and come to that on your own speaks volumes and puts you years ahead of your peers. The magic of Cord is not like other gods. He is the god of strength, but he doesn't give it. Strength is not forged. It's found. And I believe you have begun the journey of finding yours. And then he continues this conversation with you. Dragonman, outside, this goes on for 15, maybe 20 minutes. And then, do you have anything else?
I was like, being through all this, I've really taken to heart a lot of things I used to brush off and say when I used to just leave lessons and stuff. And I can't apologize enough. And thanks for your patience. And if you're willing to help me get better so I can help those I'm traveling with and help this temple, I'm going to make you proud. I'm going to make this temple proud. I'm going to make Cord proud.
He says, he's quiet for a couple seconds, and he just says, I know you will. Then he goes in for a hug.
I just kind of stand there, like, he's never done this before, so I'm like, and then like I slowly like hug him, and I'm like, this is weird, but this is nice.
For this, like right after, within a second of you returning the hug, he leans back and punches you in the gut. And he says, but first, let me talk to my old buddy out here. And then we can continue training.
Cool.
And then you hear the door open. You see Akua standing off to the side, just kind of taking deep breaths. And he just says, Dragonman, what did you need?
Well, Goldmane, I've really come to appreciate our friendship. You've helped me out a lot. You've helped me in New Pike, and I wouldn't be where I am without the help and guidance that you provided me. And
he cheers up. He's just like, of course, old friend, anything.
Yeah. So our bond has really grown over the years, and one thing I have noticed is how frequently he talks of his son and how much his son means to him. And young Akua Mahuman, he needs from what you've told me, he needs guidance, and you know that my temple lives by a very problem-free philosophy, if you will. It's something that I would like, if you will allow me, to help young Hakuna.
I would like to find Dragonman and murder him.
In his endeavors going forward, I would really like for him to live a life of no worries, if you will.
Is it for the rest of his days?
For the rest of his days. And help him with his quest to fulfill his pilgrimage. And
Bard was bad.
I would be honored if you went with him. Not so much as to help him if he's in trouble, because that's something he'll need to figure out how to do on his own. He'll need to find his own strength. But I can't imagine a better guide and friend than you. So of course
I understand.
I would love that.
All right then. I will.
But we, and he looks over to Akua and he says, "We have some work to do today. So you're
Let's
free
get
to
down to business.
You're free to stick around the temple if you want, or go about your business. But I know today will be a intense day." And then you look over and you see your dad. He's got that look in his eye that you just remember all the drills you've had to do, and you kind of see that smirk curl at the corner of his mouth.
I'll be hitting the gym while you guys are busy.
Okay. All right. So you guys immediately get to work doing that. Stephen Dragonman at the Temple of Cord. The rest of the group, James, you're gathering your stuff in the boat. All right, the rest of the group, you've left the Millennium Falcon.
He's doing boat stuff.
Made your way away from the docks and towards the main fortress. And unlike the previous day, the drawbridge to the main tower is drawn up and the doors are closed. And you see a couple of guards posted. There's less citizens and merchants in the area, and you actually see more people in uniform kind of running around doing things and just tending to whatever business it looks like actual soldiers are doing.
Is there anyone like standing near where the drawbridge would come down to, or?
No, you don't see anybody.
Okay. Do I see anybody that looks like they're in charge? Like, what's the highest ranking officer that I see?
You see one guy over near some
One officer's hired.
near a row of cannons, just kind of directing people to clean them, move them, do this and that. He's a bald guy. He's got a scar down the side of the left side of his face. He's got tan skin, human. He's pretty big, but you can tell he's starting to get a bit of a gut. Doesn't look like he's seen a lot of military action lately. He's just kind of barking orders.
I just walk up to him. I don't say anything, but I sort of like stand in his peripheral till he notices me.
Okay.
Until he looks over at me.
All right. He's looking around, telling people what to do. He sees the group of you. He just kind of passes over, makes eye contact with you, but doesn't say anything. Continues talking to people, looks around, and he yells one last order, then just starts walking over towards you guys. He says, "Yes, can I help you?"
I had a meeting with James today. And,
Says, "Well, I imagine that'd be rather difficult."
He called me here.
Well, he's not here, so I'm not entirely sure what I can do to help you right now.
Well, you can tell me where to find him.
He's out.
He's out. Is he?
He's out. It's not my business to know what the Lord Mayor does. When he leaves, he leaves. When he's here, he's here.
Did he go to market?
I am not entirely sure. Dang it. He realizes the joke that you just said, and he just kind of scowls at you.
That's it. All right. Well, he told me to be here. The cannons you have there, are those for sale?
No, they're for the defense of New Pite.
I mean, everything has a price, right?
Yeah, at the market.
Got him.
Touche. Defense against what?
Well, this is a pretty busy port, and there's a lot of undesirables out there. This is also a very important location between the two major continents, so we've seen our fair share of action.
I mean, it seems like there's a specific threat if you're going to close up the tower and roll out the guns. So,
and we've been here a few days, and this hustle and bustle wasn't happening then.
Again, Lord Mayor's orders, not mine. Just doing my job.
Sure, the cannons aren't for sale.
He just looks at you and he doesn't even respond.
So, all right, I turn around to the rest of the group.
which is, let's see, Kraken, Keith, Theron, and Ralph.
Ralph is still with us. It's amazing.
Surprised he hasn't left yet. I mean, I'm not sure where to find James at this point.
I mean, I guess we can just
So I
go back to
whispered,
the ship.
how much do you want those cannons, dude?
Oh god.
I look around, like, how close is the captain, the officer?
He's walked back over to where he was commanding, and it's probably about 40, 50 feet away. There's a row of 6 to 7 cannons that looks like they've just newly arrived. They're not actually set at along the perimeter or on the walls or in defensive position, but one by one, they're being carted around and cleaned and kind of like maintained and stuff.
I turn to Ralph and I say, more than anything, but but those are James's cannons. I'm not going to steal from James.
Good call.
He's going to notice missing cannons.
I just shrugged my shoulders.
All right, so where are you guys headed?
I guess back to the ship.
We can go back to the. We can go to the market and see if there's any cannons. See if we can find anything for the ship to arm it.
I don't think he actually meant there are cannons for sale in the market.
Probably not, but I mean, we don't have anything else to do.
We're gonna have another shopping day. No, I'm all right.
Yeah, no.
I say we head back to the ship. We wait for Dragonman, and then we go about our business.
Okay. James, did you want to?
Yeah, so James is back at the Millennium Falcon. He's gathered up his stuff, but he's left a few things behind.
Okay.
In Keith's enclosure.
Enclosure? Just like keep him in a cave? It's like back in your box, keep.
Wait, I don't know if that's racist or not.
I mean, half elves, right? So
Also playing a half.
Checks out.
I didn't make that connection before.
I got an open bottle right here, man.
Let me see that open.
Anyways, James leaves
just opened the wine with his
in
teeth.
Keith's bunk. He leaves him
A nude portrait of himself.
the ring of water walking.
Ooh, awesome.
Fancy.
And in Theron's bunk, he leaves his dagger, his decorated dagger that his brother gave him, as well as the bestiary that he took from the library.
Oh.
And in the captain's quarters,
I feel like this is something C-Nubs would stop him from entering the captain's quarters.
Captain's quarter doesn't get shit.
As you've noticed that C-Nubs has actually been kind of doing more work than he normally does below deck. As soon as you start making your way towards the captain quarters, he kind of makes his way in front of you. He's like, Master McMahon, anything I can help you with?
yeah, I just wanted, before I left, I wanted to leave Captain Kraken a few gifts.
Okay, sure. What would you like to leave him? And he holds his hands out.
I recognize what's going on, and I deliver to him my decorated rapier that my father gave me for my birthday,
Takes
and
it.
a bag that has a frowny face on it.
Okay. Okay.
And I also tell C-Nubs, and I leave in C-Nubs' charge 1 healer's kit and 10 healing potions.
Okay. He's kind of struggling to carry all the stuff, but he's maintaining somehow with his broken arm.
And I ask C-Nubs if it's appropriate for me to approach the door without going in.
He says, "Of course. Actually, could you get it for me?"
Sure. I help him get the door.
Okay.
Yeah. I go and I help him get
He
the
immediately
door.
scurries inside, and then you hear like a And then he runs back outside, and he's like, "Okay."
The ship is
Got
sucked
it.
into the back of devouring.
And then I would like to leave on the door to the captain's quarters a magic mouth spell.
Seaman.
Okay.
A magic mouth spell with the message that the trigger is whenever it's opened and Captain Kraken walks out of the room, it says, "Why, hello, Captain Kraken."
How long does that last?
Until dispelled.
Okay.
And the bard has the last laugh.
I see
right.
you. I see you.
Okay.
I.
And a second magic mouth recipe. And to let you know, these take I can do 3 of them in 1 minute, and then the rest of them are at 11 minutes. So
Okay. Male's voice, woman's voice.
My voice.
Your voice. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
God damn it.
James's voice.
Gotcha.
And when he approaches the door, the trigger is when he approaches the door and opens it, it says, "Greetings, Captain."
Okay.
And then I would like to head up and I suppose depart.
All right. You head out into the dock. You meet with the merchants from Chesterville that you had previously ran into the day before.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like they're getting ready to set sail. Still early in the day.
Okay.
So you-
I asked if they'll wait on me to attend one more errand.
of course, we don't leave till noon. So
Okay, great. Fantastic.
right.
And I set towards the Temple of Cord.
okay. As the 4 of you, Theron, Ralph, Keith, and Kraken, making your way through the market back towards the dock. It's a pretty busy day. People are selling all kinds of things. A lot of fish. There's a lot of food being sold from the morning's catch. And you see off to the side, one fisherman in particular kind of look up and kind of almost run straight at you guys. And you hear him say, "Mr. Keefe, Mr. Keefe, hey, Mr. Keefe."
What's up?
And he's like, "Hey, it's me. I got your favorite right here." And he's got this long rope, and attached to it are these large black orbs. He's like, "I got your favorite. You want to buy some today?"
Do I even recognize what those orbs are?
Give me a survival check.
Some sort of beads.
Ralph, just looking at them. Ralph, also give me one. Just looking at them.
I rolled a 6.
Okay,
19.
you do not.
12.
You instantly recognize them as giant seahorse eyes. They're just like a delicacy among islanders and stuff like that. But you, Keith, you have no idea what they are.
Seems suspicious.
I have no idea what these things are. Where are you trying to? Where are you selling
I look him in
here?
the eyes. I look him in the window of his soul, and I said, "You monster! How dare you kill a freaking beautiful seahorse?"
He's like, but they're my best sellers. Mr. Keith, you buy them all the time.
I look in disgust.
I don't recall buying any of these.
He says, "What are you what?" And he starts looking. He's like, "Also, why are you back so early? And you shaved?"
What?
He's like, "Yeah, you like seahorse eye?" You can tell he's just kind of like he's racking his mind, just like going through all these calculations and just thinking of something, but he can't be confused. He recognizes you. He knows you.
Can I do an insight check?
Sure, yeah. I mean, you guys are also seeing this. Did you want to?
Sure, I'll do an
Okay.
insight check.
Sure, why not?
I don't.
I rolled a 10.
Okay.
25.
To everyone, he seems completely genuine. Like he's just a guy who fishes for a living, and he just seems like a genuinely nice guy. And he seems completely convinced that he knows Keith.
So I walk up to him and I say, "These are a delicacy?
Yeah.
How much?
He says a gold apiece.
Gold a piece? I'll give you,
And this on this particular rope, there's like 3.
there's 3?
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
They're like small watermelon sized.
yeah, I'll give you 3 gold for that.
Oh, he's like, oh, okay. He's like, Mr. Keith, love him.
Yeah, sure, yeah. And
When does Keith usually come and pick up his supply?
He says, oh, he keeps looking back over him. He's like, well, you said you left for your trip about 3 months ago, but you used to come here once a week.
I definitely was not here 3 months ago, so clearly you've confused me with someone else.
You playing joke?
No, I'm not joking.
why is short round selling?
That's who I'm picturing in my head, all right?
There wouldn't be any bias here.
Mr. Keith.
It helps makes it real for me, okay?
It's easier to fall into that character.
Don't break it.
But yeah, he says that you haven't been here for a couple months, but he usually come by once a week.
Seems like you have a doppelganger or twin or something running around. Somebody parading as you.
Yeah, so someone's pretending to be me. I don't know why.
Well, you're pretending to be somebody. Attack Keith! I'm not there.
He's just like, at this point, he's kind of getting a weird vibe from you guys, so he starts backing him. He's like, okay, well, your mill's still going if you're gonna go by there, but he just kind of lowers his head and starts walking back to his.
We walk up to him. I comfort him a little bit. I'm like, "What are you talking about, man?"
Mr. Keith's mill.
Oh,
You know,
like
at
a
his-
grain mill.
I guess I don't know.
Yeah, we'd
should
like
go
to go
check that
check
out.
on that. Where is it?
Yeah, definitely.
He's just like, you know where it's at.
Well,
He's been gone for
I've had
3
a
months.
rough journeys and
Yeah.
forgotten a few things. Do you mind showing me?
He's like, well, I can't leave my stall. On Bear Island. That your house, your mill. What am I?
Can you point us in the direction of the island, and we'll figure it out from there.
He's just like, yeah. And then he points off to
Just the ocean.
the northeast,
Okay.
which is actually kind of towards the ocean.
Thank you, fisherman.
Is it New Pike an island?
It's a pretty big, like the island itself is bigger than New Pike. New Pike's just a part. It's on an island. And actually, you guys have learned just like between the night before talking with locals and Akua, that
Yeah, I do.
it's a chain of islands,
An archipelago?
much like one.
Well, technically.
Yeah.
Not gonna
So,
miss
yeah.
James.
The only regret is we didn't murder him.
There's still
Yeah.
time.
Go sink Chesterville ship.
Did I say where I was going the last time you saw me?
Yeah, you said you had a big research trip in North Frontera, which you guys have at this point have all heard. That's the new continent that had been discovered. That's the New Pite acts as the halfway point between the Sword Coast and this newly discovered
It's a
continent.
new world.
A whole new world.
A lot of Disney references today.
I can dig it.
All right, so apparently I have a house in the northeast that I've forgotten about.
Party
So we
Keith.
should all go there sometime, guys, and check that out.
We're not busy.
Yeah. Let's go. Do we have to sail there, or is there like a way?
live out
We actually
there.
go yet?
Yeah, you have to
Rest of their
sail.
lives.
Okay. I mean, we could,
But I mean, it's a chain of islands, so they're not far from each other.
Well, it's
I'd
like,
like to vote that we just live out the rest of our lives at Keith's house.
Just hang out.
just retire. It's like, well, little did we know this is the last episode. And they live
Thanks for
happily ever
joining.
after.
Good thing I'm just gonna get into farming, guys.
it's the end of fun.
Got really into growing watermelons.
There's not many bears on Bear Island.
I would like to rake.
There's an early spring frost. Roll for initiative.
Anyway, so yeah, you can tell his mood is kind of light and he's in a little better spirits. And he's like, yeah, you should go home, check it out.
Sweet. We will do
I
that.
think I will. Thank you for reminding me.
He's like, and I'll make sure I get more of these for you. Those are fresh from this morning. He looks at you, pointing at the seahorse eyes.
I hold them up. Thanks.
And they as you hold them, they definitely smell fresh.
Freaking
Like
yeah.
it's,
Tip that
also in this marketplace, there's just different. There's like a dozen different
stank like
aromas.
seafood, like a fish market.
Yeah,
What,
it's exactly a fish market.
Is there anything like
He's a
what's the
fishy
equivalent to like tobacco here?
It'd be fireweed.
tobacco?
That's the rough equivalent.
yeah. No, tobacco's universal.
Okay. I'm like, I
It spans all planes, all times.
I kind of hold my hands out and just sort of like make like a shape, and I was like, I need like some rolled tobacco, rolled in other tobacco about this size, and I kind of hold my hands up to
Can you
roughly.
explain a cigar?
He says,
Yeah.
"You mean a cigar?"
Like, I don't know what you call it here. I've been on the ocean for a while.
Wow.
Yeah, just like like I need one about this long, like a Winston Churchill size.
Yeah, he points you.
He recognizes that reference.
He points you.
He was a great paladin.
Points you in the direction of the nearest tobacco shop. But it's more of a hut outside.
Tobacco Hut.
Remember when we weren't shopping?
This is a very like Havana-like city where just pretty much whatever you want, like things are out there. Like you can
You
get
can
it.
have whatever you like.
Yeah.
Is there a Publix anywhere nearby?
What do you need to fill a prescription? Like,
No, but there is a Piggly Wiggly.
it's just one pig wiggling.
They charge you $1 to look at it.
I don't know what I was expecting.
Look at him wiggle. He does it.
I go buy a box of cigars.
All right.
While he's walking that way, I grab one of those weird horse eye eggs things.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
I slap his hand away.
All right. He slaps your hand away.
What are you doing?
Hey! And I just grab it. I go for it again.
Slap his hand again.
Slaps your hand again.
What are you doing?
I want to check it out, man.
What do you? It's food.
I want to check it out.
You want to eat one?
No, I just want to check it out.
He wants to play with your food.
I like pick one up and I'm like, fine, here, and I hand him one. You can use your words.
The
I
druid.
just take it and I'm like, all right, appreciate it.
The druid. The druid
You
thinks he's
grab
people.
it, and it's coated. It's all black, and it's coated in kind of almost a slime. It's kind of squishy, but it definitely kind of resists a little bit. It's almost like an oversized boba.
Almost as if it were an eyeball.
That too.
I lick it.
You
What
lick
does it
it.
taste like?
Oh my god, do we get high on these?
It's pretty strong. The smell itself, mixed with all the other smells, is kind of overpowering. But the taste itself has a sweetness to it.
Interesting.
Does he
I
get
look at
high?
everybody else and I say, I always wonder what they tasted like.
We're like a vegan who's a closet meat eater.
Yeah,
I bet it's
I'm
delicious.
against the killing of them. But if one is already dead, I'm not going to try it out.
Waste not, want not.
He's a vegan around his friends, but like when he goes home, he's like, oh man, they're not watching.
The classic opportunist.
I look at Ralph and I'm like, well, that one's yours to keep because you licked it.
As if Kraken's perturbed by that.
I don't want people licking my food. Oh god.
Fair enough.
If I-
All right,
if I
you get a
bought my-
bundle. You get a bundle of cigars. It's 8 of them, and it's
More
10
guild
gold.
money is what it
10
is.
gold? Yeah. I would like to buy 2 bundles
okay.
for 20.
All right, then it's 18 gold. They had a sale today.
Oh, that's very nice of you. Thank you.
I'd like to.
I will remember you.
And the guild goes broke. But man, we live fancy for like a week.
Go hard for like a week.
there's a painting in the back of the tobacco hut of like a green leaf and a dragonborn with dreads. And
I ask, how much is that painting?
the one of Rob Marley.
You know what? Never mind. I don't want it.
But it's made of smaller pictures of Rob Marley.
Captain, we don't need that. It'll just get destroyed when we go back out to sea.
save the money for something awesome like a new trebuchet or
You're right.
ballista or
You, still have
cannons.
you do realize last time we repaired the ship, it cost me like a lot of gold to repair your ship.
And it wasn't even as badly damaged as it is now.
Guys, the guild
Half
funds
the ship's
are
melted.
flush. It's fine. We're good.
It's fine.
Flush means slush.
Akua hasn't donated to any of that, so Akua doesn't care.
Kua's not even with us, so it doesn't matter.
Are you right? This is Krogneck's spirit.
All right, so between you guys are shopping. James, at this point, you've made it to the Iron Church of Cord,
Okay.
and you make your way up the
I like
oversized
that
steps, the large iron doors. You push past it, and just this smell of sweat and iron and balls hits you like a ton of bricks.
I pull out my handkerchief.
Okay, and you
And-
see a couple of guys. There's guys on rings. There's guys on just little contraptions that are meant to be lifted. You see guys wrestling and punching each other. You kind of see dragonmen working out on just a simple lever machine. It's got you just kind of like lifting.
It's
it
a
up and down.
gym.
Yeah, it's essentially a gymnasium.
Got it.
And then you see one-on-one off to the side with a couple people watching them. You see Akua and what almost looks like a larger, older version of him. And they're kind of going back and forth with their swords. Akua's more on the receiving end of some of the exchanges, but they keep resetting and going back and forth.
Okay. I'm specifically looking for Dr. Steve Dragonman.
All right, you see him over there on this pliable this bench contraption that has these bamboo reeds attached to it. As he lifts it up, you see the bamboo kind of bend to the side. It's a bamboo flex.
A bamboo.
This is how we lose all of our listeners. It's like this fucking puns the podcast.
So worth it.
We're going to change the name to Bards Nobles, a puncast.
God damn it!
All right, and as you approach, you kind of see you at the corner of the eye. He's like 1001, 1002.
He's made eye contact with me.
Yeah,
Got it.
but he's still busting out.
You know,
rips.
I basically just give him a signal and I wait for him to finish.
I do like 1,000 more.
Just looking him in the face, just working out.
give me an athletics check.
to do 1,000 more.
20.
Natural 20.
You look over and you just lock eyes with him and you're just busting him out with these. You see, like he's lifting the thing off the ground somehow. He's just like going so hard and so fast.
He's still just do more weight.
After like 2 minutes of waiting,
After about 2 minutes, he's still going hard. You hear a snap. And it just breaks the machine. And it just kind of like hangs limp there. So he just kind of dusts himself off and gets up.
Happens a lot to you.
okay. I was like, impressive, most impressive.
I pull a towel off the dust rubble that was the machine. I'm like, "What's up, James?"
I take notice, and I tell Dr. Dragonman my reasons for leaving, and that I was glad that I got to see him one last time before I headed home, and that he is welcome in Chesterville anytime he chooses.
Well, it was great to see you. I'm sorry it was short lived, and I bless you on your journey, and I bless your family, and I hope they're well, and I hate to see you go, but I understand the importance of the clan. So,
And I ask him, "Are you planning on continuing traveling, or do you have other business to attend to? Are you going to continue traveling with Captain Kraken?"
I have not discussed such matters with Kraken, but I do fully intend to help out Akua on his journey, and with the blessing of his father, those are my plans as of now.
Well, watch over them best you can. They get into more trouble than you would think, and I know you think that they get into a lot of trouble.
Yes, they do.
And I shake his hand and I give him a hug, and even though he's sweaty, I still do it.
Okay.
And I ask him if he has any plans for the fancy clothes that he was letting Keith wear the other day.
I think I've packed those up, actually.
Just saying.
I mean,
where you're going, you don't need fancy clothes.
You are absolutely right.
I kind of like them.
If you need them.
James remembers Krognak has some fancy clothes in the bag
I
of
like
holding.
the threads.
I like everyone's trying to work James out of stuff before he leaves.
You like those shoes? Can I have that?
You don't need shoes.
Can I have that?
So I offer him the Prince costume that I had purchased Keith.
Yes, you do.
So now he has that, and
Doesn't even come close to fitting him.
Yeah, it's a purple jacket and pants with flared out bottoms. It's got a white ruffled shirt, or I'm sorry, blouse. It comes with a cravat that's also
Shirts against blouses.
purple. And yeah, it's quite fancy.
It's fabulous.
Thank you, James. It's beautiful.
absolutely. And
Dragon
then
just eats
I go. I make my way to Akua.
You look over at Akua and you see Akua standing over just a giant, essentially a decorated cauldron, and there's fire over it. And inside of it, there's sand, and he's like jabbing his hand in it one at a time, pulling one
There's
out.
fire over it.
The cauldron itself is over fire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, okay.
And you see his dad pacing back and forth, just counting off as he's doing it.
Sure.
And he does that for about 8 more times. You can see the sweat pouring off Akua's face. You can see the strain in his eyes. And he's just struggling to get these out. And you can tell it's hurting because you see the fire just raging underneath that cauldron of sand. And then Goldmane Senior,
yeah.
he says, "All right, that's enough. You got 3 minutes." And he pulls his hands out and he's just like,
Yeah, I recognize
I sit
the.
down and just grab a water skin. And I'm just like drinking some water and just like laying down behind it, like.
Maybe it's a special Goldmane mix. Golderade.
"Oh my god, nope,
Too much.
skip it."
That was
The easy pun was Goldmane Jim, but whatever.
All right.
So, anyways, I see the that Goldmane Senior holds the authority there, and I ask him for a word with his son.
He looks at you, looks over his son, says, "You got 2 minutes and 45 seconds."
Okay, I'll do it. So I walk up to Akua and I, as quickly as I can, regale the tale of me deciding to leave.
That sucks, dude. I hate to see you go. It's cool hanging out with other people, especially after all those fish dudes. But you got to do what you got to do. I understand. And I hold my hand up. I'm still just laying on the ground.
Yeah. I shake his hand and I try to pull him up and I drastically fail.
I was like, Cord Street, be with you.
He has no intention of coming up. Like,
Got
he's
it.
just laying-
So good luck in your pilgrimage. I wish you well. And if you ever find yourself in Chesterville, you're welcome.
I'm sure my pilgrimage will take me there one day. Take it easy, man.
I look forward to it.
Cord strength to you and your family. Blessings on your house, man.
Thank you. And I depart. And I head towards the Chesterville merchant ship and settle in for the long journey home.
All right. As
As he leaves, I message him. You a bitch.
And I message back, not as much as you.
you guys share a little telepathic mental bro moment and a bromant, if you will. As you make your way back to the trading vessel, and you can see they're casting off. They're ready to go.
Yeah.
You get on there. You stand on the side of the ship on the railing. You kind of look as you guys set sail, and you see New Pite in the background. although there are literally hundreds of ships at the dock, you're pretty much focused on the Millennium Falcon. Out of all. You see him standing like a sore thumb out of all the rest. You see all the mouse folk running around. You see some of the humans that are left on there, just, doing sailor stuff. And you keep sailing. The sun is directly overhead. Beautiful weather. You smell the salty ocean water as New Pite disappears over the horizon behind you. As you make your way back towards the Sword Coast and eventually back towards home of Chesterville.
Emotions swell up inside me. And I bid adieu to my adventuring life.
All right. Well, I guess I guess we're gonna end that session right there.
I feel like it was a good ending.
I think that was a really good ending. That
was fitting.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So, one sec.
We do have some announcements.
Yes.
Announcements.
I wrote this down, but I have horrible handwriting.
Can't read his own handwriting.
I just wanted to say thanks to everybody for listening. We actually got our first fan mail, which is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much. Did you want to go ahead and read?
Yeah, this is from Mike. He says, "Hey, you guys are great. I was looking for a D&D podcast to listen to, and you guys are the best I've heard. You guys' charisma rolled into my heart. Love, Mike."
Oh, thank you, Mike.
Thank you so much, Mike. You're awesome.
You're the best.
Keep listening.
Thank you, Mike.
Yes, keep listening. We have a lot of really big plans for the future. Hopefully, we'll be able to see those come to fruition. Also, shout out to Kent Glover and Mayor MC for their awesome reviews on iTunes. Remember, if you guys are listening on iTunes, give us a review. If you've listened to one episode or all the episodes, let us know what you think. And,
feedback's always welcome.
Yeah. Also, you can always send us mail on the website, www.bardsandnobles.com, or find us on any of the major social media sites, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
We have our own subreddit now too.
Oh, that's true. Yes, thank you for whoever created that that subreddit. So if you're on Reddit, any of you Redditors, go out there. Let us know how you feel there, and be sure to keep up with that.
/r/Bards and Nobles. There's not a whole lot there because it just started up, but yeah.
I was
Be gentle. It's our first time.
Oh my god! Yeah, like that was
amazing feeling.
That was crazy. It was like, holy crap, we have a subreddit, and we did. It was like after going around, it's like, wait, did you start it? Did you start it? No, that must have been a fan. Thank you.
I was gonna go start it up, but I was like, the name's taken. What?
Yeah. So what's up?
Also, at the end of the month here where we're at in Birmingham, Alabama, there'll be a convention going on called a CamiCon, and some of us at Bards and Nobles will be there. And we're planning on doing just some small giveaways and just trying to get some FaceTime with you guys. So if you're at CamiCon, drop by and say hello. Hit us up on social media, and we'll be happy to say hello. And hang out.
So, all right. Thanks for listening, guys. That's going to be it. We will see you next time, or I guess you'll hear us next time. Or
yes,
yeah, we'll do this next time.
There'll be a time.
There'll be a time that is next.
Right. All right. Thanks.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Well, we stand here in a row, looking like a bunch of heroes. I know that deep inside, nothing more but a bunch of zeros. Yeah!